All right, we are live. Good morning. We are joined by Scott Savor. It's Monday morning. The coach's alarm clock. Get up. Set your intention for the week. Stop walking through life like a zombie.
Yeah, let's go.
Our guy, Scott Savor. Good morning, Scott. How are you?
Morning, sir. Outstanding. Thanks for letting me hang out. Appreciate you. Let's do this.
Yeah, how was your weekend?
Very fortunate. 6 feet on the right side of the grass, sir.
Okay. My weekend was great. Thanks for asking, Scott. I am extremely sore. And the reason I'm extremely sore is because we're in the midst of a swag goal. Me and you, I work with Scott Savor, just for everybody listening. I work with Scott on a weekly basis. Scott is a leadership coach. He's a speaker. He's an author. And we're in the midst of a swag goal challenge. Can you give us some context there and tell everybody what a swag goal is?
Yeah, great question. So this changed my life. A swag goal motivates anyone in the world. So if there's a desired action or behavior that you need to do or I need to lock in on more, a swag goal will get you there. And if it doesn't, like, you're in big time trouble. I'm in big time trouble. Like, it checks all the boxes in motivation and what motivates people and all that fun stuff. So simply put, swag goal, the S in swag, so acronym, S stands for simplify. Most people don't simplify their goals enough. They try to do 900 million things at once, and they just destroy themselves and set themselves up for failure. The W stands for who do you follow? So you got to have some type of an approach that you follow that's legit, that's reproducible, but you have to identify who has done or accomplished your goal before you. That's the W in swag. Who do you follow? And then the A is their approach. You got to identify exactly what someone who came before you or me did and what their approach was, and then reproduce that. Right? There's no sense. Everything's been done before us, right? There's nothing new under the sun to a certain extent. And then the G in the swag goal, thanks for listening, is what are your guarantees? Because just because you have a goal, I have a goal, doesn't mean there's any guarantees that we're going to do it. So let's be smarter than every human being in the history of mankind, and let's make sure we lock in 4 guarantees. One is a merciless friend. So most people don't have enough merciless friends in their life. It's embarrassing. It makes me want to throw up in my mouth. And a merciless friend is someone, come hell or high water, they don't care about your friendship, whether your family, you've known them for 100 years, her for 100 years, whatever. They hold you accountable to what you agreed upon. And there's no emotional trade-off, nothing. It's like, hey, Adam, you did not do this. This is what we agreed upon. And here we go. Here's your consequence. That's what merciless friends do. They hold you accountable no matter what's going down. That's the first G in guarantee. How does Heather Macy get her goal? How does Scott Savor get his goal? Right? You got to have a guarantee. First one is a merciless friend. The second one is a give up to go up. This changed my life. Nobody does this. Most people would rather just release all responsibilities in their life and just say, oh, I didn't get my goal, or I'm 75% committed to doing what I'm supposed to do personally, professionally. No. So another way to guarantee that you do get your goal, or I get my goal, is a give up to go up. And the research is very clear on this. If I want to do something that's important, I will fight and I will be more motivated not to lose something that I currently own than to earn something I don't have. It's a secret to motivation. So you have something at the house, some tangible item, money, whatever it is. You don't want to lose that stuff. You identify something that you really care about. We call those give up to go ups. And you give one of those things up and you connect those to your accountability, to your other requests on what you're trying to do. And you never get them back ever again, ever. I've used my championship ring. I've used money. I've used, new Nike shoes in a box. Like, I give those up in order to go up and get my other goals. So that's another guarantee. Thanks for listening. Almost there. 2 more guarantees that help me accomplish, that help you accomplish anything that you're trying to do. And this is inside of a swag goal. I can't find a better way to motivate people in the history of the world. Another one is a charity. So Adam Gordon is supposed to work out 2 times on non-consecutive days. Let's say that's your goal, whatever it is. And you kind of drag your feet, right? You make up excuses. You get too busy, whatever it is. Well, guess what, Adam? Every time you fall short of your goal, your charity might be the Boys and Girls Club. It might be whatever. You're committed to paying that charity X amount per day if you don't accomplish your goal, right? That's a third guarantee. So you have merciless friend, you have to go up, a charity, and the funnest one is an anti-charity. The greatest motivator in the world is a common enemy, everyone. So if Heather Macy wants to get a goal, and she's like, no, I want to really, really get serious about this. Hey, you put an anti-charity in the mix. Hey, Heather, you fall short of your goal today that's 100% controllable. Boom, you need to donate this much money to the anti-charity of your choice. And it will drive you absolutely crazy if you don't do it. And 99% likely odds, you're going to accomplish that goal because you're not going to give any money to a charity you don't agree with. So again, that's another way to guarantee that you do it, that I do it anywhere else. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, no, I love it because everyone talks about goal setting, especially again, it's Monday morning. This is when people typically, oh, I'm gonna get in shape this week. I'm gonna start eating better. But no one talks about how do you go about accomplishing a goal. They just say set goals, set goals, set goals. So this is my second swag goal with you. The first swag goal was 2 weeks ago. It was basically Scott asked, like, what do I want to do? I said, I want to get in shape. So 5 straight days of 30 minutes of activity or more was the goal. My give up to go up was $20 a day. So any day I fell short, I had to Venmo Scott $20. So I knocked it out of the park. I did forget to text him the last day. So
yeah, 4 for 5, sir.
Lost on a technicality, but sent him the $20 and that was it.
Very professional, sir. Appreciate you.
And then now the swag goal that I'm currently in the midst of is I had to get 2 workouts in, high intensity workouts within 5 days. Scott had me doing pull-ups on a tree branch on Friday, negative push-ups. I was doing all kinds of things, lunge walks. I am extremely sore. Then we took the boys swimming all day Saturday. Took Bentley golfing all day yesterday in the 1,000-degree heat. And then today I've got my Discovery Strength workout this afternoon. So
let's go, Discover Strength. Let's go.
I'm gonna be dead to the world pretty soon here.
Nice.
But all right, so tell me, Scott, like why? Because when we approached this second goal, I wanted to kind of do both at once. I was like, let's keep the 30 minutes of activity a day and add the exercise. And I also said, like, I want to start getting up early, and I felt like that would be the best time to knock a workout out. Why did you not want me to like try to do all those things at once?
Gotcha. Human beings are really, really bad at addition. Awful. Human beings, coaches are awful at addition, adding disciplines to their life. Absolutely awful. Again, the joke was there was a Harvard study a long time ago on, hey, drink an additional glass of water every day and let's build that habit. And it took like 66, 67 days, whatever it was. Well, it's probably because that person or those group of people were adding other things to their life too, or whatever. But it takes way too long to develop a habit because people are always adding things to their life. So I only believe in, based on a lot of the literature, is, hey, if you're going to add one thing, that's the great place to start. Not 2 things, not 3 things. Don't get up early in the morning. Don't add, okay, now I'm going to drive. I'm going to get ready and go to the club, or I'm going to add all of these things inside of your goals. No, add one goal. It might be just getting up early 7 days a week at 6 a.m. And that's your first goal. So people are bad at addition. Awful, respectfully.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the line you said was, if you're not a morning person, you already don't want to work out. So why would you get up early, which is something you don't want to do, and then have to do something else you don't want to do on top of it, which I thought was pretty good. Okay. What is a habit? What is one habit, Scott, that every coach should attempt to start ASAP?
So again, without having to go over to coach's house and say, okay, this is how you start your day. I think starting your day is a game changer because how I start my day is how I live my day, and how I live my day is how I live my life. And nobody in the world teaches us how to start our day, let alone rewards us and holds us accountable to it. It's like, oh, I just hope Adam shows up on time. I hope Scott does this, or I hope Heather does this, and they roll in, and I hope they're ready to go. Well, what you do from as soon as you take a breath in the morning to as soon as you turn off your dead corpse alarm clock. I don't call it alarm clock. I call it a live clock. Like, again, change the name. You can personalize this. Change your alarm clock to a live clock. Put a fun ringtone behind it. I have Yoda, do or do not. There is no try. Like, have something to look forward to, you dead corpses, respectfully. Just there's no intelligence in it. You're going to get jacked up when you hear, bah, bah, bah. And then so I believe a great habit is how you start your day. So for me, my first habit is as soon as I go and my live clock goes off, I don't hit the freaking snooze button. Okay, I immediately turn it off. That's a habit. As soon as I hear my alarm, a live clock go off, I turn it off. I do not hit the snooze button. For me, that's a great habit to start. Every coach in America should avoid snooze buttons like the plague. I think that's a great place to start. And then I don't yawn and I retch, you know this. I don't stretch out. I go right into beast mode. So if people are like, flex beast mode for like 5 seconds. Boom, I get a shot of energy. And I'm already 20% ahead of the whole world based on physiological energy if I beast mode. So I'll never change that. I think that's a great place to start. Thanks for listening.
Scott, random question for you. What's the last meal you ate? Did you have breakfast this morning yet?
Yeah, my wife bought some Change Your Life, like grain medley, fruit medley stuff, put a little slice of banana in there. I don't eat perfect, but I train hard and eat hard. I learned you should train to failure and eat to failure. That's just my philosophy. I'm not a certified registered dietitian or certified nutritionist, respectfully.
So last meal you had, you had a grain fruit medley. Did you eat it solo with the family? Are you guys all up together in the mornings, or how do you?
Yeah, no, every day is a little bit different. I got to be agile. Yep. So Erica's doing her thing, getting ready for work. She's got a different time schedule than me. And yeah, hey, the goal in life is to be independent, not dependent. That's what destroys people. That's what ruins their happiness. You got to be okay with, if you're not okay with hanging out with yourself, a lot of the time, you're going to ruin everyone because you're going to suck the energy and happiness out of them. But again, nobody helps us with this, so good luck.
All right, Scott, that kind of takes me to like my next question for you. We talked about this a little bit the other day on our call. I had just listened to a little bit of Deepak Chopra on some documentary that we found on Netflix, and he was talking about human like consciousness, and they were talking about all kinds of stuff, LSD experiments in the 70s to try to expand people's minds. And anyways, we were talking about it, and you mentioned that the key, the thing that most successful people have in common, maybe I'm saying this wrong, is they learn how to master their mind. Can you expand on that a little more? That's something I've been thinking about since you said it, and I need to hear more about it.
Yeah, no, again, this changed my life. If I share anything with anyone listening right now, you have to take this seriously. You ask most coaches, what do you study? Well, I study basketball. I study maybe a little sports psychology, whatever. No. You got to study everything. And thank you, Adam, for bringing that subject up because nobody talks about it. And here's why everyone should listen, in my opinion. Consciousness, perception is reality. You can go, mindfulness, you go into all this stuff, right? But here's the number one reason. Every coach wants to be happy. Every player wants to be happy. Okay. And the biggest lie to the world right now is there was a great movie years ago called The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. Okay. And good movie, good acting. I think a lot of people would agree. But the worst title in the history of the world. The goal is not to pursue happiness every day as a coach through your players' performances, through your W's, through anything, through another person. The goal is to express joyfulness and to get yourself present, to get yourself where your feet are, so you can suck all the problems and challenges and all distractions out of the world at a high level. Nobody teaches us how to do that. And that relates to, okay, everybody pursues happiness through drugs, alcohol, whatever all these things are. We can all list them off. But because nobody's ever taught us how to be present and how to be responsible for our own happiness and our own joy and hold each other accountable to that versus like, oh, Adam, you need to make me happy. Or my player that I work with and I'm fortunate to work with needs to make me happy based on his or her performance. It's embarrassing. And you relinquish all of your power. You give away all your power when you let something or someone else on the outside of you determine your happiness. And it's not easy, but somebody's got to say something. There's a lot of things to talk about in space.
Yeah, I love it. All right. We got a bunch of comments coming in on the chat. Good morning, Heather, Matt O'Brien, Brent Daniel, John Plefka's already in beast mode. We got to get John a picture. He's got the little emoji here. We got to get him a picture on his YouTube page. But Matt Dickman. So we appreciate everyone being up with us this morning. Scott Savor, uncommon competitor. Okay, quick, Scott. I gotta make a quick plug here, and I think you'll appreciate this because they're a Minnesota company. Dr. Dish.
Dr. Dish. Let's go
up there in Minnesota. Your neighbors. The best shooting machine and training equipment in the world. You guys all know the shooting machines. You guys have all worked with them. Dr. Dish is the best, in my opinion. Every other machine I've used, the ball gets stuck. You shoot. I don't miss much, but when other players shoot, they bang off the back of the rim. You got to chase it across the
More
gym.
threes than a dating site, Adam Gordon.
Dr. Dish is the best, the sturdiest. You don't have to go fix a jam every 2 seconds with the machine. DrDishBasketball.com or at Dr. Dish B-Ball on social media. Mention Rising Coaches, get $300 off. It's a no-brainer. Scott Savor, we were joined live and in the flesh this morning. Coach's alarm clock. Scott, you mentioned, we were just talking about it. Nobody teaches you how to be present. I don't think we've ever talked about this, like meditation. Is that something that you practice? What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, 100%. So if I could share this, I'd like to share a technique called grounding. And this is a technique that changed my life. It reels you into being more present. If you have any type of anxiety or any type of lack of focus or distraction that's pulling you away from whatever you're trying to do, ground yourself. So the philosophy is called 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you're driving your car, you're on a call with someone, you're talking to someone in person, whatever it is. Boom, immediately look at 5 things in your room, wherever you're at. I see the curtains, I see a computer screen, I see a phone, water, right? Find 5 things. And the reason why grounding works is because it activates your senses at a high level and gets you to the present moment. If you can really lock in on a sense, it gets you to the present moment, okay? So then immediately you feel 4 things. So the first 5 is look at 5 things. And then if you're still not grounded, then feel 4 things. Okay, you'll see people in the NBA, LeBron makes a turnover, he'll wipe his hands off. That grounds him to the present moment and helps him forget about the last mistake, okay? There's an NBA player who always do this at the free throw line. You'll
Jeff Hornacek.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Would have passed the IQ test, sir. 1985. But James Harden, before the game, to ground himself, he doesn't even know he's doing this. He'll run up to the hoop and jump into it and check the basket. Right? D Wade will do a chin up. Right? All of these are forms of grounding. People don't even do that. So, anyways, 4. Thanks for listening. So 5, 4 is touch things. The 3 is listen for 3 things. I can hear the computer. I can hear the birds chirping outside, right? And I hear silence is the 3rd one, right? Boom, that gets me more grounded. I can be more present. It's a system. It's a strategy, right? And then I can go down to smelling 2 things. Again, if I activate my senses in a very intentional way, it'll get me more grounded to the present point. There's no fear in the present. There's no problems in the present, okay? But again, nobody teaches us this. Nobody. It's just like, oh, hey, pay attention. Okay, really? That's our solution? John wouldn't tell me that. Stop providing evaluations without solutions. Grounding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is a solution. So the last thing is then taste something. Steph Curry's best in the world at this. He chews the crap out of his $500 flavored mouth guard. He doesn't even know that grounds him to the present moment. Whenever you see Steph Curry getting anxious or maybe overexcited, he'll really start to chew his mouth guard. And again, activating that sense of taste. That's why a lot of players can't play without chewing gum, because it freaks them out. They're like, right? That grounds you to the present moment. It takes away fear, right? It's amazing. The physiological effect is unbelievable. Thanks for listening.
Oh, I love it. Scott, the NBA, I love the examples you just give. The NBA is right around the corner. Anything in particular coaches should be watching for as they're watching games? What should they be paying attention to rather than just sitting there with a Bud Light in their hand and hanging out watching?
I challenge you as a fellow colleague, if you're a coach at any level, watch the game differently than everyone else. Stop rewarding made baskets. Again, you want to practice this, because if you're a coach and you're rewarding made baskets, you don't know what you're doing in 2020. I'm telling you right now, we've all been there. You're actually demotivating your players. So it starts with on TV. Stop rewarding outcome. Find any little process-related behavior that a player did, and maybe they just happen to achieve a certain outcome on the court offensively or defensively, and then try to celebrate the crap out of that. And it's so fun. Do the exact opposite of every other viewer on TV. Everyone. It'll change the way you coach. It'll change your radar, because you coach what you see. You got to change the way you see and how you look at stuff. If someone turns the ball over 4 times in a row, try to erase that and find one thing that they did good and then coach that while it's on the TV. I really love that stuff, and I've seen unbelievable benefit in doing things differently like that.
I love it. Scott, Monday morning, 8:21 Central Standard Time. Anything you want to leave our viewers with? Any thoughts for the week? Any challenges you want to give out to them? Any last words of wisdom?
Cool. We can go all day. So I'm used to giving 30-hour workshops, respectfully. People might fall asleep at hour 15, but I'm still going, respectfully.
Let's go, Tony Robbins style.
Yeah, let's go. No, I would request this, please. And there's a lot of things, right? Obviously, the goal is to be present. That's not sexy. That's not popular. The goal is to make the unpopular popular. No desired action or behavior ever gets accomplished at a high level unless I'm present. We were working out 2 kids in like 90-degree heat index in Minnesota a couple of days ago, to a 9th and an 8th grader. And we asked them, what's the number one goal in the workout? And they're like, oh, well, we're trying to get some shots up. We're trying to do this. And you get all these answers. It's so predictable. It's unbelievable, right? And you're like, no. The goal for every coach right now, for every parent, every player, everyone is to be present. That's your goal. And if you're not present, everything, right, gets shortchanged after that. So I don't care what you're doing today, what your responsibilities are, what my responsibilities are. If I'm not present and prioritizing that and rewarding that and celebrating that with other people that I'm around, like Adam, thank you so much for not being on your phone right now. Thanks for being radar guided missile focused. Thanks for not having all kinds of other things going on. And like that's big time. And now we can reverse engineer from there and actually be probably maybe 70, 80% more effective. So make it popular. It's not. But the most effective and fulfilled people in the world prioritize being present, regardless of all the other things they get to do. And to me, that changes everything. Can I share another couple examples, please, if we got a couple more minutes?
Please, yeah.
So other strategies to be present. Say no to everything. Say no to everything. I can give you a list of 30 different people that have changed my life in every profession that you can imagine, who are like, hey, Scott, you want to do this? Adam, you want to do this? Heather, do you want to do this? No, thank you, 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 no, thank you. Say no to everything. We're awful at at saying no. We're awful.
I'm the worst, right?
Blah, blah, blah.
Top 5.
But like for real though, because you open up this Pandora's box, you let everything in that actually rewards not being present. Okay. Multitasking garbage. Okay. We all multitask. I get it. But the more you make that common for your day-to-day, like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Here's my phone. I'm going to do this. Like, hey, you're literally destroying yourself and everyone that you're around. Everyone. What was the other thing I was reading the other day?
Scott, along those lines, as you look for that, we talked about it the other day. We were talking about a book that I was reading, and you said you have to read with your finger. Like you have to. So I tried it this weekend. I tried reading with my finger. I didn't notice anything. Like, am I supposed to notice a difference, or is it just going to make me more in tune with what I'm actually reading?
Yeah, Microwave Society, sponsored by Adam Gordon. It's got to be instant results.
I'm just asking. I'm just making sure I'm doing it right.
Yeah, no. So let me know, anyone listening too. There's 5 videos that changed my life on how to speed read. And part of the speed reading technique is, okay, trace the words with your finger or a pen. And then train yourself to go really, really fast. You change the speed of your finger or your pen, and the subconscious takes over. And then you're never reading anything ever. Brace yourself, everyone who's listening. You never have to read a book ever if you learn how to speed read, because then you watch a movie. And I didn't stutter. Watch a movie, not read. It's a completely different experience when you open up a book. Again, let me know I got your back if you want me to email you those videos. Again, these were unbelievable. So anyway, it starts with tracing with the finger or a pen. Again, you want to narrow your focus to a point and then change the speed in which you can suck in all the words. And then just the big words jump out and the other words disappear. And then the words jump up and they form a picture, and the picture forms a movie. I'm telling you. And then you get to pick who your actors are in the movie. It's crazy. I'm a JUCO guy. I'm an AP All-American, 1.0 GPA All-American, awful, academic probation All-American. Okay. If I can learn how to speed read and retain information faster, anybody can. I'm telling you, for real. And I'm not trying to sell any products, jokers, respectfully.
And why tell everybody your purpose for why learning faster is important to you?
Oh my gosh. Like, you never have to convince me, show a research study, an article, ever. First example I think of, Warren Buffett and Bill Gates are at a party way back in the day. They pull one of them aside. Hey, what's your most important skill? They pull the other one aside. What's the most important skill? And both of them say, learn information as fast as they can. What was Bill Gates' number one regret? Hey, that he would die and not be able to use his brain. Right? Like, to me, it makes all sense in the world. In the movie, In Search of Greatness, the documentary, best documentary performance. If anyone's who's watching right now, you haven't seen the movie In Search of Greatness, shame on you right now. I'm telling you, shame on you. I got your back. Watch a movie. But they talk about you have to be a fast learner and you have to have a rage to master yourself. If you don't have those, you can't max your gifts out. So it makes all sense in the world to me. I have to be the fastest learner that I can be in the room, no matter where I'm at. But first, I have to be present, right? And I have to be able to ask great questions and then retain information on the back end. You got to have systems and strategies to do that too.
Okay, Scott Savor, uncommon competitor. He's a leadership coach. He's an author. He's a keynote speaker. I've worked with him personally the last 6 months or so. It's been a complete game changer. Scott, how can people get in touch with you or find out more or enlist your professional services?
Thanks for asking. My cell phone number is 248-217-9725. 248-217-9725. I want real relationships. I don't give people all my social media garbage. That's my personal cell phone number. Send me a text. Give me a call, please.
I love it. Scott, we appreciate you being up with us this morning. Coach's alarm clock. Hope you guys have gotten something out of today. Hope you apply it to your week, and we'll be back at it. We got a big week this week. Lots of stuff on the schedule. Check risingcoaches.com for all that information. Sign up for a membership while you're at it. Scott, appreciate you being with us today. Thanks everyone tuning in.
Honored. Appreciate you so much.